Good morning and greetings from Northumberland on the 14th of December. Just checking my watch for the date. My weather forecast says it's going to snow, and it has snowed. Just a little bit of snow over the surface of the ground here. It's a cold and a dark December morning, and as I look at the news this morning, I see that inflation is easing, but it's still at 10%. I read about the rail workers and the postal workers' strikes and the impending strikes in the National Health Service, and I see that there have been further raids by the Russians on Kiev, and who knows what else is happening in our world. It is a dark night and a dark morning. And the hope and the light that we spoke about yesterday in the feast of St. Lucy, St. Lucia, is something that we need desperately. In one of the readings set for today, from the prophecy of Isaiah, it says this: "Shower, O heavens, from above, and let the skies rain down righteousness. Let the earth open that salvation may spring up." The troubles that we see in our own country are really the product of fear, of anxiety about the future. People who are struggling, who have worked hard through a pandemic, people who have suffered and are anxious about their families and themselves, about the use of food banks and all the things that go with it. All these things are a real struggle, and there needs to be light in the darkness, the light of Christ. But there's also a spiritual journey, and today we celebrate St. John of the Cross, a Spanish mystic who lived in the 1500s. And he talks about the journey of the individual soul to God. And he saw it as a journey that paralleled Christ's journey on the cross. And he gave us these words, the dark night of the soul. Because sometimes even our Christian faith is a struggle, and we will face difficulties and darkness on a personal level. Whether these are simply spiritual difficulties or whether they are related to health or well-being. In all these things, John of the Cross taught us that we would be still on our journey to Christ, and that we need to hold on to that. Some words that he wrote: By dark of blessed night, in secrecy, for no one saw me, and I regarded nothing, my only light and guide, the one that in my heart was burning. This guided, led me on, more surely than the radiance of noon, to where there waited one who was to me well known, and in a place where no one came in view. So in darkness and in light, our journey to God, to Christ, continues. We pray today for those who are in desperate situations. We pray for those who feel forced into actions they do not take lightly. And we pray for governments with responsibilities to all their citizens. But above all, we pray that the common good, which we understand because of our faith, will prevail. May God bless us all today. In the UK, in Iran, in Ukraine, and throughout the world. And may we live in his love.